Hey everybody,
How's it going?
it's got the Tage and the Beach here, and here we're to talk about doubling the cost of magic to you. We want to...
Doubling the number of rares or mythics in each pack.
Right. So, but before we talk about said doubling,
Yeah.
which probably right here you'll see a box, we want to talk about the history of how this Masters basically went from what it was, and what it was, we want to talk about that, as to where it is now.
How we got to this point.
Exactly.
Right? That's what we want to talk about.
Like, not only, like, just sort of the progression chronologically and timeline of the sets, but we also want to talk about the cost.
The cost, how the cost has grown to what it is today.
Inflated, yes.
And some of the decisions that have been made over the years as to what reprints to include in each set.
And maybe some tinfoil hat crap.
Some tinfoil, definitely some tinfoil hat crap. We should have made some tinfoil hats.
We should have made tinfoil hats. We did.
Next time.
Next time. Gadget. So, let's start at, obviously, the beginning.
Start at the beginning.
Masters 2013.
So 2013, was that not the year that RTR came out? Was that when they started the mass printing of boxes? Was that same year?
That was
standard boxes?
That was the next. So Gatecrash and RTR was kind of like the end or mid 2012s.
Okay.
And then so in 2013 we came out with your first Modern Masters, which is Modern Masters 2013. And as far as it was known, it was going to be a standalone set.
Yeah.
Without any further ones being printed.
Yeah, it wasn't Modern Masters 1 or Modern Masters 2013. It was just
1.0,
Modern Masters.
Version 2, 3, 4, Windows 98.
Yeah.
So
second edition.
Yeah. So what happened there was they released it on June 7th of 2013 was the release date for said product. And it was basically from 8th edition up to Mirror Block, maybe a bit past, somewhere in there. And the intent of the set was to create meaningful reprints, especially at the common and uncommon slot, and rares as well, that were to be injected into the modern meta because some of the cost of these cards were growing too high.
Yeah.
And it was a great, the whole concept behind it, what they meant to do with it, and the reason and the intent was pure and it was good. And, and then Modern was taking off at that point too, as big deal. Yeah,
Modern was huge back then. And clearly well supported.
Yeah, Grand Prix is that was the premier format.
Yeah.
So they were trying to get some of those reprints out, Manamorphose, I could name a bazillion other ones, Street Wraith, whatever you want, for multiple decks. And they did a great job. And then when it came out, the MSRP, which does not exist anymore, right? So we won't talk about it. So the MSRP was actually slated to be around $7 a pack. So just slightly higher than the average pack.
That just blows my mind.
And before it was even out, this was already being pushed on this, the market was already pushing it and doubling it. Wow. So we're talking $300, at release.
At release.
So anyway, let's fast forward from M2013, which was a great success, by the way. Yeah. So obviously Wizards noticed this.
Had a great draft experience too.
Yeah.
To boot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And on top of it too, Wizards hadn't really dipped their toe into the secondary market.
No, that we were talking about this earlier. That was kind of their first attempt to monetize the secondary market,
which they apparently don't keep track of.
Yeah. So, and I think that, coupled with the fact that that's when they started really mass printing standard boxes, that was kind of when they shifted gears. That time period, they shifted gears to mass printing of standard boxes and taking a foray into the secondary market to just really try and increase their revenues.
This also could be, tinfoil hat segment, could be something to do with the fact that Hasbro had purchased Wizards a few years earlier than that.
2009, I believe, something like that. Yeah.
And maybe this was them pressuring because their other markets weren't doing well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to 2015, boom, guess what? Let's do another Masters set.
Yeah.
They decided, okay, you know what? This is going to be some sort of from the vault or something that we're going to keep going with. Or at least let's keep trying it and see how it goes. Yeah. So this was released on May 22nd of 2017. Yep. So here we are, just a little less than 2 years later, coming out with another Masters product. Again, reprints, right? Boggles was big back then. They had Daybreak Hornet. They had tons of meaningful reprints for Modern. So they did a decent job. It wasn't as good as 2013, but then to try to follow anything up that was original is really difficult.
Yeah.
So with this product, they also went for the green approach, and instead of booster packs with the foil packaging, right? Your standard. They actually went with a cardboard rip tab.
Yep.
And then on the secondary market, we had issues with resealing packs. We had major problems with that. So it was rejected for that. Plus, it wasn't as strong as 2013. So they took that into consideration, obviously.
Yep.
And they went back at it again, 2017. So 2017, we saw probably the best Masters set to date. And that was released on March 17th. So as you can see, we're still just kind of crushing that timeline.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly less and less between sets.
Yeah, every 2 years is a good amount of time.
Yeah.
And they clearly tried. They clearly saw the feedback from 2015, and they wanted to correct it. They were like, we got to salvage this and put out something really, really good to revive the brand.
Something comparable to 2013. Yeah. So they came out and they didn't held anything back on 2017. We saw Bob. We saw Tarmogoyf again. We saw a ton of other reprints. Snappy.
Fetch
Lily.
Lands. Yeah.
But Fetch Lands, that is the key right there. They put Fetch Lands in from original Zendikar.
Show me the fetch!
Show me the fetches. So, massive chase set. And, like, again, when that came out, we didn't talk about our MSRP for 2015 story, which was about the same. It was about $10 per pack. So they had increased from 7 to 10. And that was over a couple of sets. There was some big stuff in here again. A lot of Modern. Modern was still being pushed. This was sort of the tail end of Modern being pushed. But awesome. And the market received it insanely well.
Yeah.
Probably goes down as the best Masters set so far. Because of the Fetch Lands. And that was the last time we saw that reprint other than Ultimate, Secret, whatever.
Yeah, that's the last time they meaningfully reprinted Fetch Lands, which is insane. We're going on 3.5 years now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that happened. Awesome. And then you know what? Then the downward spiral started. What slid out of the darkness? Iconic Masters.
The Hasbro Overlord came out and said...
And he said, we shall do purple. Which was a joke way back about being the 6-color magic. But we shall do purple and we will create an iconic set of Masters.
Yes.
Which is honestly the opposite of what this product is.
Yeah,
it wasn't iconic.
It's like they said, what can we possibly name this that will make it sell, regardless of what's inside.
Right. What do you think, Bob? Should we put in the dragons from Kamigawa and make them mythic? Genius, Steve. Okay, we're in. So this was a total flop.
Yeah.
The market hated it. It wasn't received well. Yeah, you had Mana Drain. You had some hyper iconic, but it was mythic, high end, or bust.
Yeah.
And this only came 6 months off. This was November of 2017. This is 6 months off the back of 2017 Masters.
Yeah. So it's crazy. They went from a home run to just... We see dollar signs and we're going to put out... People will buy whatever we put out.
Let's do this again. We'll make this the winner set. We always need a high end quarter. And this is where they started in with their high end. This is where the money and the greed just got crazy.
Yeah.
So I actually have notes here, so hang on a second.
Yeah, that's okay. Please consult your notes.
All right. Moving forward.
Yeah.
We're not wasting any time, Wizard says. Let's do something. What's next year? Wait. You know what next year is? That's 25 years of Magic, man.
2018, right?
2018. 1993 to 2018. Yep. That's 25 years of Magic. We need to put something out that is going to represent 25 years of Magic.
How about we do something we've done 4 times before already?
Genius. So they came out with Masters 25.
Masters 25. M25. Yeah.
M25. And this is, again... coming out March 16th of 2018, just off the backs of Iconic, which was a failure of a product considered by the market at the time. Again, as MSRP still holding it at $10 per pack for Iconic and moving forward to M25.
Yeah.
M25, total bust again. So they did really cool stuff. Remember the set symbols on each of the cards? They had the watermarks, which was cool for the set, and the block. Really neat stuff that they did with it.
Yeah.
But again, I think they missed the mark. They did really cool reprints, Rishadan Port got reprinted, Imperial Recruiter got reprinted at Mythic. Yeah. But again, these were cards that were hard sought after, commander-wise, and in certain other Legacy Vintage formats. That did help bring the price tag down quite a bit. It wasn't because of how good the card was, it was because of how low the supply was. So anyway, they did some good things with it, but again, overall, I think the market didn't really just eat it up, and it sort of was basically Iconic Masters 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, when you put out a fantastic Masters product, and then within 1 calendar year, you put out two more that are, like you must have known going in.
Yeah.
They were not as good. You can't follow a great act with something like this. You just can't.
But not only that, if you keep trying to one-up yourself, you're eventually going to fail.
Yeah.
Like, you're never, like, it's got to happen, right? So, they failed twice, and they said, okay, we can't strike out again, Bob.
Third
it's
time's
like,
the
Steve,
charm.
you know what? Steve, you can't.
No.
So, what do? They decided, all right, guys, pulling out all the stops here. Let's make this. We're going to call it Ultimate. It's going to be the best.
People are definitely going to buy it if we call it Ultimate.
It sounds way cooler than Iconic.
Iconic sounded cool, but not as cool as Ultimate.
Not as cool as Ultimate. And you know what, Bob? You know what we're going to do? We're going to put in box toppers.
What's a box topper?
Well, I'll tell you.
Please do.
We're going to do we're going to take the border away, and we're going to just we're going to extend the art.
Okay.
And then we're going to foil it.
Okay.
And you're going to get one per box.
One per box.
And they're going to be the best cards of the whole set.
But how do you know what the best cards are if you don't look at the secondary market, Bob?
We're going to guess, Steve.
We're going to guess.
So, again, Wizards knew nothing about the secondary market. So anyway, they made Ultimate Masters. Ultimate Masters generally was a hit off the go.
Yeah.
But I think the print run was a little too high. And this, again, came in at an even higher MSRP.
Yes.
Ultimate Masters came in at around $14 a pack. That's a jump from 10. So we went from 2013 at 7.
Right.
We're doubled up.
Yeah.
And we're only 3 years later. Sorry, seven.
Yeah.
No, 5 years later, my bad. So then they made that and they said, hey, we're going to take a back seat from Masters for the next foreseeable future.
We're going to take a break. A hiatus, I think is what they said in the release. They said, we're going to go on a hiatus.
Hiatus. Okay, so here we are. Double Masters. August 7th is the drop.
Yeah.
We are filming this on August 4th. You guys are going to see it on August 6th or 7th.
So
anyway.
We're a year and 8 months, right?
A year.
From when Ultimate Masters came out.
Right.
That's not a very long hiatus.
Thinking about how long it takes R&D to make a product, get it to print, and then get it to ship on date.
Right.
What was it? 4 months later, they're like, Bob, we should really, we should do that.
Yeah. I'd always said hiatus, and hiatus generally means like an indefinite, longer period of time.
Right.
But let's fire up R&D. Let's make those printers go brrrr.
Yeah, exactly, right? Just with money.
Yeah.
So anyway, there is no MSRP right now. They've abolished that because, again, that's more information telling us that they know what stuff's worth and so on. So they let the market dictate the price. Anyway, we're looking at anywhere from 15 to 17, I think, Canadian per pack.
Yeah.
So, down in the States, you're probably going to be, it's going to be just
a pack, maybe?
Yeah, it's going to be definitely an increase from Ultimate Masters, but only slightly. But you know what they did? They doubled everything.
Doubled everything. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But wouldn't that make it worth more money, Matt?
You would think that it would. I mean, wouldn't double foils increase the cost significantly? You would think so. I mean, foils are the most expensive cards. They've basically told us that without telling us that. Yeah.
So let's say that I didn't wreck this rip. This is a full sheet of paper.
Full sheet of paper.
Okay. Ultimate Masters.
Yeah.
Double Masters. Okay, so double the cardboard.
Yep.
How much do you think it costs them more to make?
Well, it's not even double. Like, it's just one more card per pack, I think, right? Because you get one more rare.
No, they just take them out of the common slot.
So it's the same amount of cardboard, essentially.
Yeah, so printing a rare versus printing a common doesn't change anything.
No.
I think what our synopsis is on Double Masters is that it's sort of gotten to the greed point, and I want to just quickly point on VIP Masters. Holy smokes, we won't even get started on the collector stuff, but what it's done to the market is a whole nother video. But the fact that this is a premium product, and that's Double Masters, the actual regular set box, and now there's a premium product.
Yeah. So
we all should be very concerned.
So I think Wizards has not only now fully gone balls deep on monetizing the secondary market, they're now gone all in on monetizing the variants, the special variants market. They know people want shiny things, they want alt arts, they want something unique. primarily for Commander, EDH, right?
The year of the Commander 2020.
Yeah, they know people want that. So they've gone all in, not just on reprints, but on variants. And that's where you have now the VIP is, you have, I think, 2 showcase, right, in each VIP pack. And I think you have 2 box toppers in Double Masters too, but they're not foil.
Yes, great point to touch on. Apparently, and I believe I've seen this, that the toppers are not foil.
No.
Because they want to sell those in the VIP packs. So
exactly.
How would you sell VIP packs if you put them in?
The foils are in the VIP packs.
So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, only knows what can come from here moving forward. Yeah. But I think the $100 and in Canada $120 VIP pack, again overshadowing probably a great product and draft experience. That is too much.
That's what just seems unfortunate to me. Like I would rather they focus on just creating a solid product. Throw some lottery style variants in.
Right.
Make the box toppers full. Make it a great draft experience. Yeah. Like the VIP. I don't see the point. I don't even buy collector boosters. No. I don't own a collector booster box. Yeah. We opened 2 of the Eldraine ones back when it came out because we got them for free with our booster boxes. Other than that, it doesn't interest us very much. No. If we want any of the fancy variant singles, we'll just buy them on the secondary market.
Yeah, and I think you should too. But going back really quickly, Double Masters, I think it's a really cool set. I think the concept is neat, especially double, like for drafting, double pick in draft and pack. In each pack, every pick one is a double pick.
Yep.
That's awesome. That could be really crazy.
And there are good cards. There are some very good reprints. There's good cards at every level. Common, uncommon, rare, and mythic. There are really good cards.
Yep.
There are really good uncommons and commons.
Fantastic. I don't think they messed this setup. No. Could they put fetches in there? Absolutely. But again, we'll leave that alone.
Yeah.
But one more tinfoil hat segment. After the last modern Ultimate Masters, they started producing Secret Lairs.
Well, so they did, the year after they did Mythic Editions.
Yep.
And then they started into Secret Lairs within a year after that. Yeah.
So they did the next trial, which was the Mythic Edition thing, and then they did these things. And did you guys notice that after the Ultimate Secret Lair, which was the fetch lands, you haven't seen anymore? And now here we have Double Masters.
They did the summer drop, but that was the last one. Yeah.
That was it, right? Yeah. And now we have Double Masters. We haven't seen any more Secret Lairs. And they were just churning them out. So, again, kind of wrap your head around all this because, again, this is how financially Hasbro WotC is moving forward. Anyway, guys, whatever you spend your money on, make sure you draft it. Yes. And enjoy it and do it because you want to play the game, not because you're trying to gamble.
Yeah, if you want to gamble,
go get a lottery ticket.
Yeah, because casinos won't be open for a while. So don't gamble on VIP.
Yeah.
You could get absolutely crushed.
Yeah.
Buy a box of Double Masters, split on it with your friends, have a great draft experience.
Yeah.
Then, I think you
can. Because I think if you buy a VIP, your first name's Timmy, your middle name might also be Timmy.
And your last name's Bob. Timmy the Bob.
Timmy Bob.
So.
Anyway, guys, spend your money wise. Yeah. Enjoy the game. Keep playing it. But don't buy silly stuff.
Don't buy VIP Masters.
No, please. Don't buy it.
No.
Okay.
Later, guys.